Hello, this is Jerry Zremski from the Buffalo News Washington Bureau. I'm here once again on Monday to tell you about the news of the week ahead here in Washington, D.C. and what in particular is going to matter to readers and news followers in Buffalo. For me, today is a vacation day. Since I had vacation last week and the 4th was last week, I get one more day today. But nevertheless, I've taken a look at what's going on in the coming week, and I thought I'd do a video and tell you about it as I usually do. For me, my work week will start in earnest tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock at a hearing in a House subcommittee. This House subcommittee is going to be taking a look at an issue that stems from the auto bailout several years ago. And it's an important issue to anyone who worked at Delphi Corporation in the Buffalo area or really anywhere in the country. And that is this. The salaried retirees from Delphi did not get the pensions they were expecting after the auto bailout. Unionized workers did, but the salaried workers did not. Needless to say, they've been very upset about this for quite some time. There was a previous House hearing on this a few years ago, and nothing much has changed since then, but for the fact that these workers, these retirees are still quite upset. And there's really more and more focus, I think, on how did this happen. And what this hearing is going to try to delve into is how did this happen, and did these workers, these retirees, get treated badly by the Obama administration as it came up with the auto bailout. So that hearing will be tomorrow. I'll be there and I'll be doing a story. And I'll also be covering another hearing later in the week. It's a hearing in a subcommittee of the House Armed Services Committee, and this is a hearing that will be taking a look at the Air Force's force reductions proposals from earlier this year. As you may well know, part of those proposals, including shuttering a unit, a National Guard unit at the Niagara Falls Air Reserve Station. That no longer looks like it's going to be happening, but nevertheless, the House is taking a close look at this issue through this committee hearing, and I'll be there to see what people have to say about whether the Air Force was right and proper in trying to go forward with some of the personnel decisions that it proposed earlier this year. Beyond that, and between those 2 days, I hope to be working on a story I've mentioned several times now, and that's a story about Senator Kirsten Gillibrand and her work on women's issues. I started this story about a month ago, and various things, including an awful lot of news stories and a vacation, have gotten in the way of me completing it. But I really do want to complete it this week. I've got lots of other things to do in the next few weeks, and I think it's important for me to finish what I've started as fast as I can, so I'm going to be working on that, and hopefully that story will be appearing sometime by the weekend, or at least will be finished by the weekend. Of course, news can intervene. It often does here in Washington, D.C., and if it does, I'll be sure to be here writing about it. And I will also be sure to be back here next Monday with another video update. In the meantime, I hope you'll be reading my stories and reading the rest of the Buffalo News. Thank you very much for joining me today. Bye-bye.